Hello and welcome back to my top 20 movies of all time. Today I will be starting number 10 through 6. Again, in case you haven't seen 20 through 11, go watch the previous videos and enjoy the rest of my list. Number 10 on my list is The Lion King. Who doesn't like The Lion King, really? I mean, just a great movie, I think. A classic Disney movie. My favorite character in the movie, Lion King, is Simba. Who doesn't like Simba? Like, growing up, when I was little, I was like, man, if I was a lion, I would want to be Simba. Just because, like, who doesn't want to be king? Like, let's be real. Who doesn't want to be king? I know Simba couldn't wait to be king. So I was like, you know what? If I was a lion, I would want to be Simba. Just because I like the characters who seek revenge. I think that's a cool character in any movie. The guy who sees something bad happen and he takes revenge. My favorite quote to the movie Lion King, Scar pushes Simba to the edge of the rock. And he's like, I killed Mufasa. It's just a pretty memorable quote to the movie. It's the one I remember and think of the most when I think of Lion King. And my favorite scene from Lion King is when Mufasa dies. I mean, that's the most memorable scene in the movie. I still get emotional when I see the movie and that scene. It's just like sad, like Simba sees his dad die. That's pretty dramatic for like, I don't know how old Simba is, but like a 2-year-old, a 5-year-old, however Simba is, that's pretty dramatic in my opinion. So I know that would just be a really bad situation to be in if you're Simba. Number 9 on my list is The Wedding Singer. It's my favorite Adam Sandler movie. I guess now you know 7 through 1 is not an Adam Sandler movie, but The Wedding Singer is my favorite Adam Sandler movie. My favorite character from the movie is Adam Sandler's character, Robbie, who is the wedding singer. He's kind of a loser. He lives in his sister's basement. He makes a living playing music at weddings and bar mitzvahs and stuff like that. He also teaches music lessons to an old lady. I have 2 favorite quotes in the movie. My first favorite quote in the movie is a guy named Glenn and Robbie are talking at a bar or at a club about Glenn's fiance, Julia, and Robbie finds out that Glenn's last name is Gulia, and he's like, Julia Gulia, that's a funny name, and Glenn's like, why? And Robbie's like, I don't know. And my second favorite quote to the movie is, Robbie and Glenn are about to get in a fight outside of a bar, and this old guy who's Robbie's one friend from the bar comes out, tries to punch the guy, and he's like, I used to be a lot stronger. Anyway, a lot of great quotes in the movie. My favorite scene of the movie is Robbie takes Julia to find a wedding singer for Julia's wedding. And while they're there, Robbie sings Julia's song that he wrote for and about his ex-girlfriend who dumped him on their wedding day. So, it's just a really good song in my opinion. It's just a great song. If you haven't heard it, go watch it on YouTube. It's called Somebody Kill Me Please, Wedding Singer. It's just a really good Adam Sandler song. Number 8 on my list is Toy Story. Toy Story, all 3 of the movies, I love them. Number 2, but number 3 was great also. Obviously you know what Toy Story is about. It's about toys who talk and move when their owners are not around. My favorite character from Toy Story, I always like Buzz Lightyear. I think he's a real astronaut, but comes to the reality that he's just a toy. My favorite quote from Toy Story is pretty memorable and it's pretty known. I think it's like the most known quote from the movie. It's to infinity and beyond. And my favorite scene from any of the 3 movies is in Toy Story 1, the first one, where Woody and Buzz are stuck at Sid's house, and all the toys that are at Sid's house come together to spook Sid. That scene is just like really scary and spooky and like kind of creepy, like that all their toys are just like, I would flip out if all of a sudden my toys just started like walking up to me and talking on their own and doing spooky ass shit. So I'm just saying, I was scared when I would be petrified if that happened to me. Now, number 7, a lot of people might be like, wow, he likes that movie, or wow, that's a girl movie, or why is that so high on your list? But anyway, it's on my list because I do really enjoy the movie. Number 7 is Titanic. Again, if a year ago you told me that Titanic would be 7th on my all-time movie list, I would think you're insane. But honestly, it was just like a good change of pace for the movies that I do enjoy. And most of the movies I enjoy, it's either like just like a comedy, and it's like, oh, comedies, I get it, they're funny, or a serial killer or a horror movie or something like that, or a sports movie, and like it was just a good change of pace. Ironic thing is though, in most horror movies I watch, like, you know, only like 7-8 people die at most, but in Titanic over like 1,500 people died, so that's the kind of ironic part. But anyway, I watched it on Netflix for the first time and I was like, wow, you know what, I'll give it a try, and I enjoyed it. My only complaint about the movie is that it is like over 3 hours long. If I watch the movie now, I skip like the first 30 minutes of the movie where like they're not even on the boat, they're just like talking to the old Rose. I don't need to see that, I get it. Now, my favorite character in Titanic is played by Leonardo DiCaprio. I love Leonardo DiCaprio, by the way. But yeah, it's Jack. I think Jack's he's just like a normal guy who lives life the way he wants to live it and not how anybody else thinks he should live it. He just travels the world and does what he wants to do and isn't concerned about anybody else's opinion on his lifestyle. My favorite quote to the movie Titanic is when the boat's sinking and Jack and Rose are climbing to the stern of the ship. When the ship's like making like a 90-degree angle and they're going to the top so they're safe, or as safe as they can be. And a male passenger is saying, sorry, I'm reading the quote that he says because I don't really know the exact quote, but he's saying, yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. And Jack's like, and the guy's walking pretty slow up the steps, and Jack's like, you want to walk a little faster through the valley there. My favorite scene is right after Rose comes back onto the Titanic, and Jack, Rose, and Fabrizio, I think the guy's name is, they have to find a way back to the deck of the boat. And it's just like, it's a cool scene, and like I feel like that would be kind of fun, like when the water's filling up and you have to like, it seems fun if there's no consequences. If you can just do it for fun, that looks like it would be fun. But obviously, if a boat is sinking and you have to get out, it probably isn't that much fun. But again, if there's no consequences, that would look kind of fun. Now, number 6, and the final one for today, is The Shining. Now, The Shining is a pretty scary-ass movie, in my opinion. Like, I wasn't really scared, but it was pretty creepy. The first time I saw it, like, I did already know what happened, because the movie is, like, spoofed a lot, like in The Simpsons and Family Guy and all that stuff, so, like, I already knew what happened, but, a pretty spooky movie. Again, I wasn't scared of it, just because, like, I don't really get scared during movies, but it stuck in my mind. My favorite character in the movie is, Jack's son, Danny, who always talks to his friend. He's always talking to Tony like this, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, he's just a pretty weird kid. So, I think he's pretty cool also. Now, my favorite quote in the movie is, "Here's Johnny." That's just scary. Like, he's chopping down the door, and his name isn't even Johnny, and he's just so psycho. He's like, "Here's Johnny." I don't know, that's just pretty scary in my opinion. Now, my favorite scene in the movie is when exact beginning of the movie when Jack is driving to the hotel originally for the interview, and it's just like really spooky. Like it's like a helicopter view, and it's like following his car with really creepy music that's playing right now in this video. It's like really like it's just, you know, something's up. Like something just like it seems like something is following him. And it really sets the pace to the movie, in my opinion. So yes, that is all for now. Tomorrow or the next day, I will post number 5 through 1. I hope you enjoyed the list, and I hope you enjoyed the other list, and I hope you enjoyed the next list. But until the next list, I will see you later.